Okay, this is the stage where we are now. We are at this stage of this foundation. Yeah, the ground was very bad. Very bad. As you can see, we have got 8 blocks here. It's as if one is building a wall, a perimeter wall. You have got 8 blocks here. 8 blocks. And then inside, you can see we need to fill this wall area. We need to make sure that this whole area is filled to capacity. Once it's filled to capacity as it is here, then we can start to work on compacting it, leveling, and then throwing concrete. But as it is, we still have a lot to go, a lot of work to do. Yeah, because Simonstown, Fishhook, some parts of Fort Bay, all these areas, they tend to have this kind of terrains. Gordons Bay also is another area. Hence, most of the houses, they are mostly on poles or stilts, because it's actually the only way you can build in such areas. So this house is got poles and stilts. All those properties, they've got poles and stilts. That white New Tech house is on stilts. I've driven around this area. It's all stilts. Without stilts, seriously, this becomes very expensive, because in terms of the cost of building this foundation, it's one third of the total amount goes to the foundation. One third, realistically speaking, one third. But then when we send out the quotations, also the challenge is that almost all of the clients, they talk about the price. When you send the invoice, it has always been that song from the clients: can you please reduce the price? Some are very blunt. They will tell you that you are ridiculous, you're expensive, where are you getting these prices from? But we've been in this business for very long to understand this. We've got the experience. I've been doing New Tech houses and Wend houses for almost 15 years now, to understand the costs involved. You can see how many people are here. We've got 3 there. We've got 4 here. That's 7. And we have some also who are working there, doing the concrete, the plumbing, the trench. That gives you 10. Another one in front, or 2. I think we've got 12 people here. Yeah, the builder there. 12 people. And how many weeks here? 2 weeks working on this. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Very unusual for us. Most of the time, 2 weeks we could have completed the project, but we are still on the same position. We are still on the concrete. We are still on the concrete floor. We are still on the concrete floor because of the terrain of this area. So mostly we request for site visits whenever there is such terrains. Unfortunately, we did request, but then we were not given that chance to come for a site visit. We only came when we were coming for the contract, which was the last part. However, we are now starting here. And then on the look of the things, when you were looking at it, it didn't look as if it's a bad ground, as it is now practically when you're working on it. Because the ground has got a gradient that is quite visible, because it's a mountain going from the top going down. Even plumbing, the flow of plumbing will be very easy because it's coming from the top to down. But then when you look at it with a naked eye, compared to the when the builder takes the levels, using the levels, the water pipes and so on, it's totally different. You find out that this side is okay. This side is okay. It's sitting well here. Yeah, it's sitting well. If it was like this, then it was better everywhere. But look now, as it goes there, There's a lot of blocks that goes there. Here it's okay. We could have finished if we were working on about 4 blocks, but we are on how many there? We are on double the amount. There I think it's about 9 blocks or 10 blocks. And then just to look at this front section, this tube. This tube is also going to be the same. We're looking at about 8, 9 blocks. And that whole thing that has been squared there needs to be filled with rubble. It's also another box that we are building there that will be filled with rubble. Yeah, so these are the challenges that comes with building in such terrains. You are left with no option but to make sure that this concrete floor is completed, because that is exactly what you need before you can build. There's no any option, there's no going back. However, going forward, such areas, they just need us to build using the pours and stilts. You can't build with concrete in these areas and succeed. Yeah, another option would be for clients to build their own concrete foundations and us just coming to build our new tech, because we are new tech builders. That's precisely what we are. So as new tech builders, I think going forward we must stick to our own specialty, which is new tech building. Clients, if they do not have the funds to pay for the foundations that are as big as this, it's not a problem. We can ask them to build these foundations. I think that's how also the people in the market, the clients and everyone will come to appreciate how expensive it is, because when it's left for us to build, people ask, new tech house, why a new tech house for that amount? Why a new tech house for that amount? I can build a lot of people talk like that. I can build a brick house, What is the difference between a brick house and a new tech when the foundation is the same? Because the foundation is the house. So we fail to understand those people who talk about a real house. What is called a real house? A house is a house. There are forms of houses. New tech is one of them. Timber is one of them. Brick is one of them. Zinc is one of them. It's just that here in Africa, people are used to brick and block because of the colonial past, where these guys introduced brick and blocks. But as you go overseas in America, North America, Canada, United States, the houses there are mostly new tech. You don't get these blocks everywhere, bricks everywhere. They are expensive type of houses. They are good in terms of the heat insulation and all that, durability, lifespan and all that, but they're expensive. New tech is quick to build. Had it not been this foundation, we could have been finished here, because it takes us about 2 weeks to complete this project. But it has taken 2 weeks to work just on the foundation. So these are the challenges, the serious challenges for that. However, there is always a solution. We are going to finish this concrete floor today. I'm here today, we're finishing this concrete floor, and tomorrow we're bringing people to start raising the structure. The house, the frame must be up tomorrow. All those frames that you see there must be up tomorrow. Monday we must be roofing this house and starting to clad with new tech. Tuesday we must be having windows and doors here, and starting to work inside on Wednesday, board lining and ceiling. Thursday, Friday, electricians, plumbers coming. By Saturday next week Saturday we must be talking of finishing here. If we don't finish next week on Saturday, we give it until the following week on Wednesday. 3 days extra for finishing touches and we are done. That's my projection. We don't intend to be here for more than 2 weeks again. We are going to be here for 1.5 now. We left it next week, and they're half for finishing touches. That is what we are doing. That is exactly what we are doing. So month end exactly, I'm sure we'll be done here. March 31. March 31. We must be leaving here. We must be leaving here. I think that's 1.5 weeks. March 31.